Hello and good evening, and welcome, of course, to another cigar review with myself, Rocky Cigar Review, and of course, Cigar Kurt. And
Good evening.
tonight, we're going to be doing, of course, Plasencia cigars, and it's Plasencia, the Reserve Original, and I've got the pyramid shape in mind. So, Kurt, what shape have you gone with yours, my brother?
I've got the 6x50 Toro size.
Yep. So, you know something, Kurt? Let's just go over the band first before we go about the cigar. Of course, it's got a bottom band on it, which I've taken the bottom band off, and of course it says Reserve Original on it. Then, of course, we've got the nice top band, which you can see with the Plasencia marker. It's saying Plasencia on it, the hills. It's got, of course, like skylines. Then, with every Plasencia, of course, they've always got the top band with the P in it. This is white and gold, of course. You do get them in, of course, gold on a black band, on a green band, different bands that they use, of course, for different cigars. But this is the pyramid shape, and from what I believe, the pyramid shape now is not made by Plasencia anymore, from what they state on their website. Now, of course, about the cigar. Like I say, it's a pyramid. It is. And Kate, of course, we know yours is a Toro, but what's the wrapper, the binder, and the filler, my brother, on our
Well,
cigars?
they don't give too much a lot of information. It's a Nicaraguan Puro, so the binder, wrapper, and filler are all Nicaraguan. This is the only uh, cigar that I know of that's certified organic. So meaning all the tobacco that's used to make this is certified organic.
Yep.
No pesticides or chemicals used to treat that, which I don't really know how much chemicals and pesticides they use in the normal process of growing
Yep.
tobacco. So it may be just a thing where they can put that label on there. I don't know, but
Yeah. You know something? It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting, of course, when we've seen how tobacco's grown and different things. And I didn't know that, of course, about this cigar. As they say, it's natural, organic. So, you know something? Of course, we will get into cutting it and then we'll get into lighting it. But let's just have, of course, a quick smell test on the wrapper and see what we get off the wrapper. Hmm. I'm getting a hay type. It's a bit of hay on it, like a hay strawy type smell.
yeah, it's for me it's a very pleasant aroma, very mild. I get some kind of some nuts, a little bit of baking spice, and some earthiness when I smell on it.
Yeah, I'm getting that bit of earth to it. It's got like a. I'll come back to that other note because I want to see if I get the note in the cigar and then I'll go over that note. But at the moment, I'm getting that hay, getting that earth from, of course, the smell. Now, of course, Kate, are you going to be cutting your cigar, my brother? I'm going to be
I'm gonna
using, of course, my double guillotine. I'm going to be using.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
use a guillotine straight cut, but mine is a perfect cut that I'm gonna
yep.
use. Um, and this has become my favorite cutter. It's actually a cutter that I got free when I bought some Drew Estate cigars, and this is my favorite cutter. I've been wanting to upgrade to a nicer um, perfect cut, but this one actually it does the job. It's sharp. And I know that cutter
Yep.
that you got there, you recently got it with the serrated edges, and I know you're really excited about that cutter.
Yeah. And, of course, as people are going to say, it's got this straighted edge there, straight through, both sides. And it's nice because the grip of it, I've got a stem, it cuts straight through. And of course, I've gone a little bit sideways, not taking too much off. And as you can tell, that's as much as the cap as I've taken. It is. That's the slightest bit of the cap. And you know something, you look, of course, at your cut, the perfect cut. You just seen that straight through, nice and easy. Of course, this straight through and easy. And you don't have to go and buy deer cutters, of course, to use for your cigar. Yeah, nice and simple. And like Aisha said to you, Kurt's was free. Mine was free, of course, from our sponsors here in the UK, from GQ. But we're going to go now over, of course, the cold draw. So let's see what we get on the cold draw. Okay.
What you
I'm
got
getting,
there, brother?
I'm getting that still A type. That's still hay. I'm still getting that if I'm getting not getting no pepper off the cold draw, as we know. Not getting that.
I've got
Maybe
uh, I've
a
got
small
I've got
bit of
that
cedar.
that nuttiness and just kind of a light earthiness, and a
Mm,
little bit of that hay. And one thing too that I think a lot of people fail to mention about a cold draw. One of the main reasons we're doing a cold draw is to check the airflow of the cigar. And I don't have any draw issues. And
no, I
a
know.
lot of times I think that gets overlooked.
Yeah. So of course, what we're going to do, we're going to go and, of course, light the cigar. We're going to have a couple of puffs into the cigar, and then we'll be back. So we'll see you in a minute. So of course, we're back, and we are just getting into the cigar. And of course, you know something? First couple of puffs into it, not bad overall pull. Like we said, of course, in the cold draw when we do it, because we've got no issues. Now tonight, I'm pairing my cigar, of course, with a whiskey, and the whiskey that I have chosen for tonight is Glenfiddich, and it's a 12-year-old. Of course, Scottish single malt whiskey that I've chosen tonight to see if it, of course, accompanies my cigar. But Kate, what's your first couple of notes that you're getting off your cigar, my brother?
Well, first of all, as you know, this is one of my favorite cigars. It's in my top five as far as an everyday cigar. This Toro size, if you buy them by the box, it comes out to like $8.80. But if you ever buy a single $8 to $10 cigar, this is a quality Plasencia cigar. It's the lowest price cigar they have, but
Yep.
I absolutely love it. I get some almonds, just kind of a slight black pepper. It's very smooth. It's got a nice burn to it, nice white ash, the wood that I'm getting in is kind of a smooth cedar, and it's definitely got an earthy tone to it as well.
Yeah. So I've got that cedar because I'm getting that wood in it. You know something? Not getting pepper. Now, my meal today was shepherd's pie. So shepherd's pie, of course, we got minced beef in it, carrots, peas, onions. It was gravy in it and mashed potatoes and some cheese on it. And of course, a couple of Yorkshire puddings, as we have here in the UK. So we won't get into that conversation again because we'll be here for an hour. Kate, what's Yorkshire pudding? But you know something? I had a bit of pepper on it. I had some mint on it. And the mint hasn't affected my cigar because I've cleaned my teeth anyway before I'd had the cigar. Not getting any pepper at the moment.
Yeah, for me, it's
So
it's very
we'll
very
see.
faint, but I do pick up a little bit of it in there. And it's a for me it's a mild cigar. It's like a medium,
Mm.
like out of 1 to 10 scale. It's smack dab in the middle at a
Oh, yeah.
5 for me. Very enjoyable. Like we said the other night, this would be an appropriate cigar for a new cigar smoker to pick up and try. Even if it's your first cigar,
Oh, yeah.
this would be, and it's a quality cigar. I mean, I've
It
probably
is.
smoked 40 or 50 of these, and I can't remember if I've ever. I don't think I've ever had a burn issue. Never had a tunnel. This it,
Yep.
it it's it's a quality manufacturing.
Yeah, I've of course smoked a couple. I've had, of course, the smaller size of the Cortez. Of course, I've had this size in the Pyramid a couple of times, and I've had the Robusto. And you know something? What would you say, Kit, on, of course, with you having the Toro now? Of course, you smoke the Cortez. Is the Cortez more intensified in flavors, or are you getting more intense flavors on the Toro with having the Toro version? What would you say?
I think they're pretty comparable. I mean, we'll see when we get into this a little further. But as of right now, this one may be a little bit less intense, which is kind of contradictory because you would think the Cortez is a larger ring gauge. You've got more filler in there. You would think this one would be a little bit stronger or more intense with the smaller ring gauge because, of course, you're getting more wrapper. But it's a very subtle difference. And we'll see what as we get further into it.
Yeah. So, of course, we are going to, of course, get a little bit more into the cigar, and then we'll be back. So, we'll see you soon. So, of course, we're back and doing, of course, the Plasencia Reserve Original. And, of course, I've got the Pyramid, and Kurt's got the Toro. But this cigar was rated the top 90 in Cigar Aficionado magazine and Cigar Journal magazine. And I don't know the year, but I know it got the 90 rating from what I've seen. And the reason they made this cigar was try and get, of course, the nuances of the cigar from, of course, when the Europeans traveled to the New World and then captivated, of course, making cigars for the New World. And, of course, we all know Plasencia is a long family line in cigar industry. Of course, they make a lot of cigars for different companies. One being, of course, Harman Solomon that they make cigars for. One, of course, being Dave Blanco cigars, and different ones. And you know something? You look at Plasencia, they are one of the most top tiered cigar companies. And Kit, why do you reckon this is one of the most top tiered cigar companies? Like, of course, Arturo, Fuente, and Padron, because everyone knows Plasencia. So why do you reckon they're top company, my brother?
It's because I mean their primary function for years was growing and selling tobacco, high quality, premium, the good stuff tobacco, and it's only in the recent years they've started making their own cigars, and you can imagine of that all that high quality tobacco. If it were me, I'd be taking the best of the best for my cigars. And I think that's what you experience when you smoke one of these.
Yeah. So of course, I know we've been talking well over a year, and of course we've got the friendship with the rest of the brothers in our friendship. I know, of course, you smoked other Plasencia cigars. Which other Plasencia cigars do you like, Kate, that you've smoked?
Probably my next favorite one, or actually I probably like it better than this one. It's just the price point is almost double of what this is. It's a 151 that they just came out with this last year. Really love that cigar. I've smoked the 149, the 146, which the 146 they don't make anymore. But the 151, and I haven't really ventured into the Alma Fuentes. That's something that I need to do, and I'm sure I probably won't want to go back once I smoke one of those.
No,
I know
of
you love them.
course. I know. Of course, I've smoked Ducev Original a couple of times. Of course, I do like the Alma Fuentes. I like, of course, the green, which of course is a Claro wrapper. I like, of course, the black, which is, of course, a Maduro wrapper. And, of course, it's the same blend, same filler, just a different wrapper. And I do like the both of them. I like, of course, the reserve that they've got. They've got another reserve. And I think it's the 1898 off the top of my head. Of course, I've had the 149 and I've had the 151. And of course, if anybody wants to look at another Plasencia review, of course, Kurt, we sat down and we did the 151 review, didn't we? On
Yes, we did.
Plasencia. Yeah. And if you want to go and read up on it, you can go onto our website at www.cigarliums.com. And of course, there's a blog. We've got Plasencia on there. We've got Kurt's review of this cigar. There's one by, of course, Phytolan Proof, our other brother, Matthew. So shout out to Matthew. Put a shout out, of course, to Jess, Tobacco G6, and of course, John, Grumpy Preacher. So big shout out to our brothers. But yeah, if you want to go and check out the blog, go and read them, because you know something, they're very insightful, and especially, of course, with pairings that are being done with the cigars as well. So go and check that out. But of course, my ash is holding on. Notes that I'm getting, of course, is a cedar that I'm still getting. Getting that earth, getting that hay type still. And I'm getting a crisp spice. Now, of course, I'm drinking a whiskey. The whiskey has got a crispness to it, but it's not got a spice to it. Going over the spice thing, I can't say if I'm getting a baking spice or if I'm getting a black pepper. Now, Kurt, of course, we've just been talking while we were sitting, but what are you getting now out of your cigar, my brother?
Pretty much the same. It's dominant cedar with that earthiness. It's very, very smooth. It's medium in complexity. There is some complexity in it. And I always have. I taste like a baking spice in there, a little bit of sweetness, and the nuttiness I'm getting is just a little bit of almonds. I get that more in the first third, but I
Yep.
still have a little bit of it. I'm just finishing up the first third here, and
Yeah, and I'm just having my ash drop all over my trousers. So brilliant. So I did have an ash. It just fell off my trousers. But
so if
so I got
anyone's
off
ever
again.
watched our reviews, I'm the one that blows through them. So I've got a smaller cigar than Gaz tonight, so I am really trying to be patient and take my time with
Yeah,
this, so we can kind of go down the line together here.
You better take your time, my brother. I told you, you're smoking cigars too fast. Take your time. Of course, we'll get more down into the cigar, and we'll be back. So stay tuned. So of course we're back, and as we said in the video, and as you can see, we're smoking, of course, the Plasencia Reserva Original. Now I'm just getting down towards the band, and of course it is quite a big band. It's a nice band. You know something? Overall, on the wrapper of the cigar, there's a small little vein at the top, just the smallest of little veins. Overall, smoke quality's a nice smooth smoke. Definitely on that medium build, not the full body. Definitely a medium in taste. That earth is there still. Of course, the hay. This is taking a dominant, of course, overall thing. There's still that little bit of sharp bite to it. There's a little bit of a bite to it. Retro hail. It's not an over-burning retro hail.
Yeah.
It isn't. Of course, you get that subtle earth, that subtle hay on your retro. And you know what? I'm enjoying it so far, Kurt. And of course, what other notes are you getting? Are you still getting the same notes, or has anything else come through, Kurt?
It's pretty much about the same for me. The cedar's dominant straight up front. I still have a little bit of pepper spiciness. I call it a black pepper. That baking spices is kind of on the back end for me. I do get just a tad, just barely, an increase in intensity as I start to get into this second third, which is a nice transition. So, it's not anything that's gonna overpower anybody. And like I say, it's just a wonderful everyday smoke. And I don't smoke them every day. I'll pick them up, maybe once every couple of weeks, because
Yep.
I've got enough that I like to rotate through. But I always like to have some of these around.
Oh yeah, and you know something? This is definitely one of them cigars that you could say to a new cigar smoker, look, you want to try, of course, the Plasencia, why don't you try this one? And you know something? This is, of course, why we do these reviews, to just let people know, of course, what we're smoking, what's easy, of course, to grab hold of, and what's in their price point. And you know something? This is definitely in the price range. You can afford to smoke one of these now and again. You don't have to go and, of course, grab the top shelf percentages like the Alma Fuente 6-2 or any of the others, of course, like the Year the Dragon, for instance. There's a load of cigars around that Plasencia making. My band has ripped, of course, but I have got a band from the
I
other
will tell you,
night.
while you're getting that out, there's only one thing I do not like about this cigar, and that is the band on this cigar. For whatever reason, it's a paper band, and about 50% of them I get off. The other 50% I end up ripping them. I'm talking about the main band. Usually the top one and the bottom one I can slip those off, but this one that just sticks. So and I'm a band collector, so that's the only thing that I'm disappointed. But if they were to get a foil band or another type of band, it could increase the price of the cigar. So if this keeps this cigar in the economical range, more power to them, and I can deal with the band. But that's the only thing that I don't
Well, of
like about
course, that's the band that, of course, is on the cigar. This was, of course, off another Reserve original that I've managed to get it off. And, of course, that's the middle band. Of course, the top band, as we said, with, of course, P for Plasencia. And then, of course, the bottom band that we've said, which, of course, has got Reserve original on it. So that's the bottom band. And that's the thing with these, Kurt. You know something? They are quite tight bands, and I think it's because of the material that they use in the packing. I think the packing soaks so much into that band that it is quite difficult. And you know something? Even getting down to the band with the heat, of course, we know the heat should open that band up, and we should be able to get the band off. But even still, I've got up to some of the bands, my brother, and I've burnt the band, and it still won't come off. And I've had to really get my nail into it and really unravel it. And of course, when I unravel it, that's the instance that I get as of tonight with the band.
And you can see on this one, I've started ripping off, but there's almost a half an inch of the back of that band that's got glue on it that you're tearing it away. Whereas I think some of the other bands, it's just a little dab just to hold it. And as soon as that heat hits it, boom, it's ready to pop right off.
Yeah. That's the only downside, of course. That's the cigar. Of course, is the bands. But you know something? It's something we put up with. It's just, I know it can sound a little bit petty over the band, but you know something? It is difficult to get them off. And they might need to look into it. But I've had it on some of the other Plasencia cigars where the band's odd. But you know something? Like you just said, Kate, if they start using different bands, of course it could put the price of the cigar up. And this then won't be an affordable cigar for everyone to smoke because it'll be in the dearer range of Plasencia cigars. But yet again, Ash is holding on perfect. It is. So we're going to get more into the cigar. And then, of course, as we get into that final third, we'll come back with what we're getting. Then when we get down to the nub, and then, of course, our overall lasting impressions on the cigar. And by all means, if you want to grab a Plasencia Reserve Original, then go and visit in England, in the England, Scotland, and Wales. Then go and visit, of course, gqtobacconist.com. If you want to get this cigar, of course, in the States, then, of course, go and visit, of course, famoussmoke.com. And famoussmoke.com, they've got these on there as well. And, of course, another proud sponsor of the Cigar Loons. You can check them out and grab yourself.
And one thing
Yep, okay.
And one thing I've noticed about Plasencia, like a lot of these your big box stores, they'll have these huge sales, and you can really they deeply discount, and you don't see a lot of that with Plasencia. You're pretty much going to pay the price of what they're going for. I've
Yep.
and the only really sales that I've seen is I've seen someone do where you're paying full price for a box, but they're giving you another 5 or 10 cigars of something else as a bonus for free
Yep.
that way. But I don't think Plasencia lets them discount it like some of the other
No.
manufacturers do.
Yep. But like I say, go and grab one from either GQ in England, Scotland, and Wales. Or if, of course, you're in the States and you want to grab one, then go and visit Famous Smoke. What we're going to do, we're going to get into that fade, and then we'll be back with what we're getting in the fade. So stay tuned. So, of course, we're back. And we're getting down into that, of course, final fade. Now, overall, on the cigar, still that, of course, cedar. That bit of course, spice, that we'd say, that bit of bite that I was on about earlier. Of course, the wood is still there, the hay. The seed is still prominent. It's not changed in taste for me. It's still the constant taste. Construction, like I say, construction overall is perfect. And of course, the top band just slid off. There's a top band nicely slid off. Nice cut. I haven't had to, of course, correct it. Ash is still holding on nice again. Burn line is nice. It's got a nice black garnish to it, of course, on the burn. And overall, I'm enjoying it. And you've only got to look, of course, at the wrapper. There's hardly any veins. There's just a small one. That doesn't impact the cigar. Of course, if you look in, this is always the thing. If you look at the bottom, of course, of your cigar where you've cut it, your tobacco, from what should be seen in your cigar, should be a nice, of course, brown. And as you can see there, it's overall nice brown. There's no tarring to it, no blackness to it. Great construction, great cigar. So, of course, Kurt, what are you getting now? Is you're getting down to your final third in your cigar? What are you getting on your notes?
Getting into the final third here. I got a little bit more earthiness coming through. Still have the cedar. Still have that slight black pepper. To me, this final third's just a little bit more spicy. I do see a little bit of a change in it,
Yep.
and it's something that I enjoy. I look forward to because I like when I smoke my cigars. I like to have a transition from the first, second, and third. I think that makes it more complex and interesting. But yeah, it's very smooth cigar. Overall, it is just a like I say, the burn and construction, and you can see here I did right here when I get my band off, I nicked my wrapper a little bit, which is one of the frustrations I have with that band. It's the only thing. This cigar would be perfect if it had a better band on it, but I'm not I'm not complaining. But if it keeps my price down, great.
Yep, that's the thing. And of course, if anyone has seen quite recently on the Cigar Loons Instagram, and of course is seen on the Cigar Loons TikTok, the Cigar Loons have got a giveaway coming. So, of course, we're looking, of course, at getting to 150 subscribers on the channel. And for the 150 subscribers, you need, of course, first to like and subscribe, of course, to the channel. Then go and find our Instagram channel, which, of course, is Cigar Loons. Go on there, like the post, of course, when we officially announce the giveaway. And when you, of course, go on it, put hashtag subscribe, so we know you've subscribed, of course, to the YouTube. Hashtag Cigar Loons giveaway, and then tag 3 of your friends to be entered into the draw. And, of course, what you're going to be winning is, of course, what Kurt's holding now, which is a 50 cal cigar pick And Kurt, I'll hand this one over to you, my bro.
So this is my new 50 caliber. It's a 50 caliber brass shell. It's a brass shell that's been fired. And this is my cigar pick. I make a custom Kydex case, so you can stick this in your pocket, not worry about getting poked. It's custom fit to this shell. The actual nub tool, it's I did a Chris sword design where it's kind of wavy, and it's flat. So once you put your cigar on it, your cigar is not going to turn. And I've done a lot of testing with different materials, and I find this is what I'm happy with. And it's about a 4-inch shell. It feels good in the hand. It's just really a nice nub tool, and we're happy to be able to give one away.
Yep.
As people support us, we want to give back, and we're going to be doing more of these giveaways as we continue to grow, just to show our appreciation. And we know that your time is valuable. We know that there's a million podcasts out there, and we're honored and humbled that each week that you come along and are able to just spend an hour with us, listen to our podcast. You can see here I got it mounted on there. It's just a good looking nub tool. Feels good in the hand. I wish I could send one over to you, brother, but I can't get any ammo over there to you in the UK.
Yeah. And this is of course the thing. The competition is only for our American audience. So we do apologize to our international audience. It's just going to, of course, be to the American audience. And like we say, the competition will be announced over the next couple of days. So make sure to tune in next week on the 9th of July when the Cigar Loons, of course, go live. And we'll be announcing more details on, of course, how to win. And the competition, as of the 9th, is going to be open for 11 days. Then when we go live again, we will be doing the live, of course, pick on the Cigar Loons channel. And it's going to be on a generated randomizer of course, the 150 subscribers, and one's going to get chosen live on, of course, the Cigar Loons. And then we'll be in touch with you the next day to get your address, and it'll get posted to you. So yet again, like we say, Cigar Loons giveaway. Enter to win. And like we say again, you need to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go over to our Instagram, which is Cigar Loons. Click on the most recent post, which is going to be, of course, the pick giveaway when we announce, of course, the date it's open. Please put hashtag subscribed so we know you, of course, subscribed to the YouTube. Put hashtag Cigar Loons giveaway and then tag 3 friends. 1 entry per person. No more. Just 1 entry per person. Because if you put 5 million entries in, you're going to have 5 times. You're going to have to put your name in, and it's not fair. So it's 1 entry per person. And of course, if your friends tag you in it,
yep,
that's the thing. It is. And like we say, it's 1 entry per person. But of course, we're going to get down to the business end on the Plasencia Reserva Original, and then we're going to go over our final notes on the business end, which of course getting down to the nub, and then our lasting impressions of the cigar. So bear with us, stay smoky, and we'll catch you in a minute. So of course, we're back, and of course I've had the pleasure tonight of sitting with Cigar Kurt, of course, which you can find on Instagram. You can find him also on YouTube. It's Cigar Kurt, where he does a lot of different reviews on cigars. And of course, you can find him on TikTok as well. So you can find him on there. And of course, we've been smoking the Plasencia Reserva Original tonight. And we're getting down into that nice business end, as I call it. And like we just said to Kurt, while we were just off, it's intensified for me. It's intensified. I'm getting that subtle spice. It's now intensified more than the spice. The spice is there now in the retro that I'm getting. Still got, of course, the cedar, but the cedar's died down a lot. Getting that earth still. That earth's prominent. in the cigar, the hay is prominent. I'm not getting anything else from the cigar. I'm not getting sweetness from it. I'm not getting any dark fruit from it. And I'm not getting any leather. Now, I thought I might have got a bit of leather with this because, of course, being Nicaraguan, some Nicaraguan cigars, you're getting a lot of leather, a lot of the earth, but this hasn't. Overall, I've enjoyed the cigar. Would I go and buy more? Definitely. Would this be in my rotation? Hell yeah. And would this be on my top 100? Definitely on my top 100. And like I say, for a newer cigar smoker, go and grab one. Try it. So, Kurt, what are you getting off your business end?
Yeah, it's I used to play years ago. I haven't played golf in 10 years, but there was a few years that I played golf, a couple times a week. And it's like that there's always in that round of 18, there's that one shot that you hit that is so perfect and so pure. That's the shot that brings you back to play golf the next time. And I feel like in the back end of the cigar, the intensity kicks up and you get that earthy spiciness. And that's what brings me back to the cigar. It's just like a nice little reminder at the end, hey, come back and smoke another one of me, and it brings me back to it every time. I love the cigar throughout, but when that kicks up a little bit of intensity, and you know me, I'm a medium plus guy.
Yep.
This is not overpowering for me, and like you said, it's an excellent cigar for a new cigar smoker. If you start off with this, you might be a little spoiled when you go smoke other cigars. But this one will. If you're a new cigar smoker and you start smoking this, I would venture to say that it's going to be in your rotation for years to come. You'll always come back and pick one of these up occasionally, every couple months or so, and enjoy this experience.
Now, when you used to play golf, Kurt, did you used to wear the cowboy hat?
No,
because I can imagine you with the cowboy hat on, swinging that club and going 4, and just seeing your ball go.
No, the cowboy hat's been within the last 3 years when we moved up to the mountains up here, and I just I guess as you get older, this is what fits for me now. I'm up here in the mountains, and I wear it everywhere. In the summertime, I got my straw hat, and then once it starts September, October, the fall hits, I move to my black felt one, my Stetson, and that's my favorite hat. I love wearing that hat, but of course you can't wear it this time of the year because it does in the wintertime. It really keeps your head warm, and
Like I say, definitely this is in your rotation. And for a newbie cigar smoker smoking this, you are going to be ruined with this cigar because I don't mean like ruined. What I mean by ruined is for the quality of the tobacco, for the nuance of the taste, of course, the smell, the construction. It is a premium cigar, as it's classed as.
And for the price, you can't beat it.
Yeah, the price point, you can't beat the price point. Even here, for this cigar that I've had, the Pyramid, it's £18.99 here. You can't fault that for a cigar over here, especially for a Plasencia cigar, because you can then move up to the Alma Fuente. That's anywhere from a £36 cigar, which, of course, is quite dear when you think of it. But you know something? This is an everyday cigar that you could have. Doesn't matter if you want it in the morning, afternoon, evening. Of course, at the time of this live now that we're doing, it's now 1:45 in the morning here in England for me. And I'm smoking this. You know something? It's not handed me my arse like most cigars, of course, strong cigars have. This is very mild. It's a great cigar. Construction's good. Yet again, I've enjoyed sitting with you, Kurt, smoking this cigar. And of course, if you want to go and grab one, like we say, go and visit GQ Tobacconists, just in the UK only. They don't ship international. So, of course, it's for England, Wales, and Scotland. So that's GQ tobacconists. And of course, if you're in the United States, go and visit Famous Smoke. And of course, they've got the cigars on there. You can find 5-packs. You can find, of course, boxes. And like Kurt said tonight, if you grab a box, it works out cheaper grabbing a box on your cigar price. So go and check them out at Famous Smoke. And don't forget, the 9th of July, the Cigar Loons are going to be live. And we're going to be doing cigars and pairings. So, of course, it can be anywhere from whiskey to, of course, an IPA beer to maybe Guinness. It can be anything that we're going to pair with our cigars. And you need to watch that to find out more information, of course, for the Cigar Loons giveaway. And like we said again, you're going to win a 50 cal, as Kurt shows you there, a 50 cal cigar nubby. And I tell you now, trust me, the work of art that Kurt's put into that, you're going to absolutely love it. And just look at that in hand, how he told you cigar. So definitely watch the live. But for me and Kurt, it's a goodbye. And Kurt, lasting impressions on your cigar, my brother, before we finish it. Lasting impressions.
Like I said, brother, this one's in my top 5. I love this cigar. I've loved it for the last. I found it about a year and a half ago, and like I say, I've probably smoked 40 of them. I love this cigar. Great price point for me. You know, it's right in my wheelhouse, and they're readily available. You can find them everywhere. It's a good cigar. If you're looking for something special to pick up, to really enjoy, this would be one of my top picks for you. And brother, I've enjoyed doing this review. I enjoy doing all these reviews with you, and I just want to thank you for all the work you put into them.
No, it's my pleasure. And of course, the next review that's going to be coming out is Foundation Cigars, and we're going to be going over the All-Mac. So make sure to check out the Cigar Lounge YouTube. Make sure, of course, to check out our Instagram and our TikTok, and you will see that live, of course. Well, it's going to be, of course, a recorded show, but it'll go out live on the date. That's what I mean. But make sure to check it out. And then the next one after that, we're going to be going over the Tabernacle, and that's going to be another great show to watch. And we've got plenty more reviews coming. So keep your eyes out, because if it's not Cigar Kurt, it may be, of course, Grumpy Preacher. If it's not Grumpy Preacher, it might be Vital and Proof. And if it's not Vital and Proof, it could be Tobacco G-Sticks, of course, Jess. And they are, of course, the Cigar Lounge co-hosts. But from us, thank you for watching. I'm going to play, of course, the intro for the outro, and we'll catch you on the next one. Stay smoky, stay safe. And Kurt, go on, brother, say your line. You know you want to.
Smoke them if you got them, brothers and sisters. I thank you for tuning in.
And we'll catch you on the next one. See you later.